Right. Hello, hello. This is Pezmage. I guess it's not enough for me to be spamming every Discord imaginable with how I do shipments. Now I'm recording a video and explaining it this way. Nobody asked for it, but you get it anyway. Sorry. Gonna apologize in advance for the quality of this. I'm using the Google Play screen capture. I'm using a really crappy microphone on a really crappy headset. The dog next door won't stop barking, so I'm sure that's going to get picked up. I'm doing this in one take with no script, so, you get what you pay for, I guess. All right, so the first thing that I do is I need to get all of my off-lane shipments off of my off-lane planets and trade stations. You'll see I have transports on all of them, except for the offload guys here and here. And this guy over here. You'll notice I'm grabbing all of the off-lane ones, and I'm also going to grab any to a planet called Chikorita. It's got a check mark. There's a reason for that. You'll see later. Clickbait, I guess. Another thing you'll probably notice is that I have 20 capacity transports, but very rarely will I be filling them all the way up. This is fairly hydro inefficient. There are better things to maybe spend your hydro on, but I don't think so. I like doing shipments, and I'm spending as much as I can. All of my transports have ship comp on them. Not cheap. Not cheap. So this is the first stage where I'm grabbing all of these off lanes. And some, you'll notice I'm leaving 12 behind. It's because I have a 12 beam shipment beam. I'm going to be beaming them later. You'll see it in a little bit. I also really try to avoid manually delivering trade station shipments. So I'm going to make some really inefficient movements to leave them. Like I left one shipment behind here, and the lag is freaking out my move. There it goes. I might do that a couple of times just to be credit efficient, not hydro efficient. So you'll also notice I'm avoiding shipments to Sandoria and Bastok if I can. Those are my offload trade stations, and I don't want to deliver to them if I can avoid it. These first few moves are painfully inefficient because these checkmark shipments can't be put in the middle for sorting, because if I put them in the middle they will be delivered, because those are my checkmark planets. It gets a little more efficient after this, but not a lot. So again, it's just a lot of tapping shipments. It's a lot of moving shipments. There's nothing super exciting about this. You're probably listening to some wacky chiptune stuff in the background. Hopefully I can find something not terrible. But I'm not going to make no promises. So we just keep going. There's probably going to be some dead time with me just breathing into the mic, because I don't think I can talk about shipments for 20 to 23 minutes straight. There's going to have to be some dead time. I screwed up there. I thought that was my last transport, but it's not. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get a full transport of 20 without any of those trade station shipments if I can avoid it. Because I need to fill my trade stations up, and I need to pull inlane shipments off of them, so it saves me a step. If I could just send a 20 and not have to park them on that Chikorita planet. I'm going to be putting 2 transports on this warp lane hub. Again, it just makes my cycle cleaner and less cluttered. A lot of the speed is just knowing where things go, but trying to avoid transport clutter goes a long way towards helping speed you up also, because you're spending less time trying to tap the right transport for what you're trying to do. Alright, so we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. So again, I'm just pushing shipments out onto my trade stations. And then, let's see here. Oh, I have none. Usually I have at least one or two to Chikorita on these two trade stations. Looks like this cycle I don't. That makes this easier. So if you destination sort and you use little, symbols like I have, your off-lane shipments that don't have symbols will always kind of be in their own place. So both of these are over 8. This guy was 9. This guy is 10. That's kind of a bummer. It just means I'm going to have to spend a little more time dropping shipments off than I like to, because what I do is I beam off of that planet now as I push off of these trade stations. I like to be able to just do those 2 beams on those first 2 transports, because it's just a little bit less clicking you got to do, but you can't win them all. So here what I like to do is I like to grab everything with those paragraph marks and put them in the middle, and then I grab the paragraph marks and just take them to my paragraph hub. Again, it speeds things up a little bit. It's hydro inefficient, but it speeds things up. So now the problem is going to be is I will be overfilling this because I need to unload everything. So I'm just going to fill a transport up with all these off lanes just to make room, and I will be dropping those off shortly. Now I should be fine. I try really, really hard not to overfill my hubs. Oh, this one's going to overfill, and he's overfull. 2 shipments off is all right. Grab a couple, drop a couple, here we go. So you heard that, if you were paying attention to the sound, you heard it make a pickup sound 2 or 3 times in a row really quickly. That's when your lag catches you. It'll do that, and it'll pick up a shipment from just some random place in the list, and it almost always screws everything up. So it's important to be paying attention to that, or else you're going to think you're sorted, and you'll have like one shipment way off somewhere it's not supposed to be. Like there, it made the noise again. But I'm lucky it grabbed one that I needed. So usually I have to take a transport and push it back out to those trade stations to grab those Chikorita shipments and avoid that manual move. But today it's being nice to me, and it's not making me do that. This guy is going over for the hub for the planet that has this shipment on it, but his beam is already blown. So I'm just going to have to beam it later. Just fine. Or I'll forget, which happens, and I'll just grab it in a later cycle because those trade station shipments ain't going nowhere. Alright, so at this point I'm in pretty good shape. At this point my offload hub is clean. It will have no off in-lane shipments on it, which is the goal. And there are very few off-lane shipments left in my system. I've got the ones here. Oh, and there's going to be more than 20. One more than 20, of course. That very rarely happens. And it's always a pain in the ass when it does. So I guess it's good that you guys get to see this. So I just need to send my offloader up there to grab it. Minor pain in the ass, but no big deal. Grab these, push them here. Probably could have left that there, but whatever. Again, I'm not too worried about hydrogen efficiency. I'm just trying to get it done as quickly as possible. So I'm making a lot of moves that, if you slow down and you think about it, don't make too much sense. But, when I can get a 15 Planet 3 trade station system sorted and sent in 20 minutes, I'm pretty happy. Alright, so that guy's clean. When I say clean, I mean all that is on the hub are the shipments that should be on that hub. So like this guy should have only check marks. And you just tap the destination sort a bunch of times, and all you should see is check marks. I grabbed that one that was left behind, and I put it there. Grab all these, drop them off. Oh, what are we doing here? So see, so that one's clean. He goes up to the middle for sorting. I drop all these off. That's my dud. This guy has no beam. It's my offloader from last cycle. I need to be really, really careful not to have that guy end up on my offload hub, because I need all my beams on my offload hub for my final sort, and it's a real pain in the ass when it's not there. So now I drop all these guys off. See, I got this one Totodile crystal shipment that I'll just push over here because why not? If you were paying attention at the start of my cycle, you'd have noticed that this first sector had, like, very few shipments. I've taken to using my shipment relay on that sector between cycles. It just makes things a lot simpler, I've found. Those shipments aren't worth a lot. The bonuses you're getting aren't worth a lot. The odds of them boosting your other shipments with a drone are very low. It's just not worth it, I think. Since I have stopped shipping those shipments, it has reduced my shipment time by about 4 or 5 minutes a cycle, which is quite a lot, I like to think. All right, so let's just go ahead and take these yen sign ones, because there are tons. Again, if you were paying attention, you'll have noticed that I have not done anything on that planet yet. I will be doing that shortly. Alright, so now what I like to do is I grab shipments under 100 and any crystal shipments and put them on my offloader. Then I dump as much as I can. And I do a distance sort. When you distance sort, it will put those offload stations on one end of it, on the close end. So it's easy to make sure I'm not accidentally picking them up on these first moves. I really don't want to move them on these first moves, just in case I need to do a waypoint reset. I've been trying really hard not to have to do waypoint resets. So now I just stack up to 16 to trigger my burst. And I've got 62 shipments and 3 transports left. So I'm just going to push it to 18 and lose a little bit of value just to make my life a lot easier. So again, you do a reverse distance sort, you fill it up, you shove it off. Now with these last two, you do a close distance sort, because you want to make sure you're not manually delivering these trade station shipments to the trade stations. So these ones go up here, and these ones will all go to the bottom. And now all of my off-lane shipments are where they need to be, and I start offloading. So I trigger all my mods, and I'm going to do 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hot damn, I can count. And then that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 2 planets that I still need to do, but I only get 15 waypoints. So while I'm waiting, I go ahead and I do that. So that's one more planet. Then I drop these guys off for my offloader to come grab later. And I send this guy here. And now what I do is I beam all those inlane shipments that I left behind earlier. This is my last offload waypoint. Now my offloader is good. I just need to kind of pay attention so it doesn't escape. I have teleport on all of my transports for red star use. So if one of these guys escapes while he's ship comping, it's easy to catch. You just got to catch it before he delivers. So again, I'm beaming all these planets, dropping these shipments off. So that's it. My off lanes are now done once my offloader is done with this thing. And now I'm just going to be doing my final sort. I usually get 2 or 3 Chikoritas that get delivered manually, but like this guy's 64 credits, whatever. Oops. Not the end of the world. Again, you do destination sorting. All that's left there are yen symbols. So now all of my inlane hubs are clean. So now all I need to do is push these off, and I will have all of my inlanes done. And if that's all you wanted to do, you go ahead, fire your drone, you do pretty good. I'm, 15 minutes into my cycle roughly. That's pretty good. All of my off lanes are handled, and my in lanes will be handled shortly. So this guy's done. So you cancel all those waypoints so it doesn't run away. You get your hydro back. And I put him back in the middle. I probably should have kept him there just in case I have more than 20, but too late now. It's 14. I should be fine. Those go there. Oops. These go here. Actually, no, none of these guys have beams. So this guy has a beam, so I'm just going to grab this one trade station shipment with a beam, because it's worth more than probably all of those 14 shipments combined, and 600 hydro isn't going to be the end of the world for me. It shouldn't be the end of the world for anybody, but it's just a choice you got to make. Do you want to spend the extra minute and save like 200 hydro, or just beam it? I'm a big fan of just beam it. Where is this guy going? I don't know where this guy's going. He's coming right back though. You know what, I'm just going to teleport it. Alright, so now I take my last little bit from the middle to where they go, and that's it. It's sorted. Like I said, you could go ahead and fire your drone right now once everything is put on their planets, and you're going to do pretty good. But I'm not okay with pretty good. I'm going to go all the way and ship comp all these next. So the other result of doing this is that once all these shipments are pushed to where they're supposed to be, I will have at least one transport on each of my hubs. Those transports are going to be used to create full drone sets for my drone. Let's see how we do. I don't know if you just heard that in the background, but it sounds like my 2.5-year-old has just woken up from his nap. So audio might cut out. But the gist of this now is that I'm going to be ship comping all of these shipments after I pull the low value off to make even sets of 7 for my drone. Like that's 51. So this sucks. It's got 20, which is 1 off. Sometimes I poke around to see if maybe I got lucky and this generated 1 for there, but no, it didn't. So I'm going to have to pull 6 and 3 and 0 to make that even. So you reward sort and you go none, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's wrong. I screwed something up. I think I took too few off of... It was 3, right? 2 more of these guys. And so now I have 14, 14, and 14. Those are even drone sets of the highest value on that hub. Sometimes I will ship comp those middle shipments if I'm feeling like it. Not all the time, because they're usually low enough value that it's not going to kill me to do it. So again, that sucks. There's a 13. Kind of a bummer cycle. This is slowing me down. There's 1 to there. Is that the one that I needed? I don't think so. Nope. Alright, so it's 4 and 1 and 6. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are getting pretty spicy. I'm probably going to be ship comping these once I'm done. So here we've got 12, which is 5, and 0 and 2. It's not bad. There's the 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, And then again, if you're paying attention, there were 35 shipments left on that hub, which means I only need to send 2 ship comps to it, which is always good. Speeds things up. Take that down to 14. Put them there. And I just got this left. It's 1 and 6 and 2. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2. Alright, so now at this point, all of my hubs are sorted, and all of my hubs have the highest valued shipments on them. So my drone will get the highest possible bonus. Now there's a little waiting while these guys do their thing. I could burn time on if I wanted, but I'm not going to do it. You know, you guys don't want to speed this video up at all. There's no way any of you are playing this at 1.5 or double time speed, making me sound like a chipmunk. You guys want to spend the most possible time with me. That's why you're watching, right? Right. So I'm probably going to go ahead and ship comp these. It's easy enough. Like that. And these don't need to be ship comped. And then while that guy's doing his thing, I can get started doing this. It's going to be 3-ish, 3 to these 2, and 2 to the bottom, which is usually a good... Oops. Let's wait a second. And oops, cancel. We're going to lose this guy. Nope, we didn't lose him. Good. So it's 1. This is 2. And again, we're just cheesing ship comp, spinning a little hydro, spinning a little time, increasing my yield by about 40%. Because your drone bonus is based off of your base shipment value. So by doing this, you increase your base shipment value. So they go up by 20%. I have 20% ship comp. And then you get that 20% essentially twice with a high enough drone. I have an 82% drone. So it's not quite twice, but it's pretty close. Drop these guys off. And then we go 1. And we go, whoops, 2. Now we just need to make sure we catch these transports before they run away. This one's pretty close to running away. Nope. Oh, yep, lost one. That happens. But again, you just pop your teleport, whatever. Is that getting away too? No. Come down here. 1, 2, 3. So each of these are going to 3 different planets, so you just have to cancel 3. 2, 3. This guy goes 1, 2, 3. I got one more. Come on. Aren't you glad you're watching this video? How exciting is this? You're watching me tap shipments. You're watching me tap transports. Fascinating. And I think I started this cycle a little late. So I'm looking at probably a 25-minute cycle. That's a little slower than I'm usually going. I'm going to go ahead and blame it on the commentary. But my best time is maybe 20.5, 21 minutes. So it's getting pretty quick. I feel like that's pretty good for the amount of stuff I'm doing. Boop, boop, boop. And we got one more. And after I send this one off, I'm essentially done. Alright. So now what I do is I just unload shipments and I send all these guys back to my artifact hub. Because I'm going to have to be filling up my trade station. I like to leave a transport behind with a drone on one of these hubs just to start it off. So I'm going to leave a guy there. And then I'm going to put a couple in the middle to just ship comp those middle shipments. But I think you guys get the gist of it now. So I will be not making you watch that. Hopefully this was a little bit more informative and made a little bit more sense than paragraphs and paragraphs of text, because it seems essentially impossible to explain this in text. You know, if you've been on any of the Discords I'm on, I'm sure you've seen me try multiple times. So hopefully this helps. If it doesn't, I apologize for wasting your time. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on the official Hades Star Discord or on the Black Store Order Discord. If you know me, you know I like talking shipments, so I will never be irritated answering shipment questions. So yeah, hopefully that helped. Bye-bye.